World War II. This war was planned by Admiral Chuichi Nagoma. The time, 7:55 in the morning. The place, Pearl Harbor. The date, December the 7th, 1941. You are there! The Mitsubishi A6M0, the Nakajima B5NK, and the Aichi D3A dive bomber. These aircraft from these Japanese First Fleet have just invaded America's island base at Pearl Harbor. The Mitsubishi A6M0, one of the fastest aircraft in the Pacific Theater at that time. Almost 300 mile an hour. America was flying P-40 Warhawks, Brewster Buffaloes, and all of the other worn out old airplanes that were built from 1919 up until the present day. Look at the smoke. Imagine yourself, you're a young serviceman. You're out there for the first time in your life. You're away from home. Suddenly and without warning, these 239 aircraft start an invasion of your island base at Hickam Field. You manage to start getting equipment out. You're looking for guns because there is no preparation. America was not prepared for what happened on December the 7th, 1941. High above, the Aichi D3A dive bomber, a 250-pound bomb between the wheel wells. That aircraft rolls up on its left wingtip. It takes aim at the United States battleship, the Arizona. It releases that 250-pound bomb. It goes through the foredeck alongside the number 2 gun emplacement. It goes through first 1, then 2, then 3 of those foredecks. That great ship exploded with such force. She took almost 1,200 American sailors to a watery grave. They sleep there today. Some of those veterans who survived are here on the field with us today. The Mitsubishi A6M0. Lieutenants Ken Taylor and George Welch managed to get their aircraft, their P-40s, off of Haleiwa. They got them loaded. They started flying after the Mitsubishi A6Ms. Between the two of them, they shot down 7 of the invading forces on that December the 7th morning, 1941. At this very moment, our Secretary of State, Cardell Hull, is meeting with the Japanese Ambassador Nomura, trying to keep America out of World War II. The Nakajima B5NK, a specially designed torpedo between the wheel wells. That torpedo had only been successfully tested 1 month ahead of the invasion at Pearl Harbor. Admiral Yamamoto knew he had to have a weapon that would run shallow in the 50-foot deep water at Pearl Harbor and across the top of the submarine nets. Watch now as the Nakajima B5NKs come back in. They line up on the United States battleship, the Oklahoma. First 1, then 2, then 3 of these fish impact the side of that great warship. The Oklahoma rolled over on her starboard side. It was Christmas, almost a month later, before they got the last of the 400 who died on December the 7th, 1941. The Oklahoma never fought again. For over 2.5 hours it continued. Finally, the young men were starting to get ammunition. They were finally starting to get guns. This seaman was moving ammunition out to the troops so they could fight against the invading forces. Admiral Chuichi Nagoma launched the second wave of the aircraft as they came in on December the 7th, 1941. But he made a grievous error because he was supposed to send in, according to the plan put together by Menarugenda, he was supposed to send in a third wave of aircraft. He chose not to do that. As a result, our submarine pens, our fuel supplies, our munitions were all ready to go to war once Admiral Husband Kimmel got the place put back together and started recovering the ships that were lost on that December the 7th morning, 1941. Listen to the sounds of war. Listen to the guns. Listen to our president as he goes before Congress the next morning.
1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. The attack yesterday on the Hawaiian Islands has caused severe damage to American naval and military forces. I regret to tell you that many American lives have been lost. With confidence in our armed forces, with the unbounding determination of our people, we will gain the inevitable triumph, so help us God.
And ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that America did gain that inevitable triumph. As we listen to the great Kate Smith sing about our nation, I want you to think about what was happening on that December 1941 morning. As a result of President Roosevelt's admonition to America, she pulled together as we've never done before. Rosie became a riveter. We started building jeeps and tanks and munitions and half-tracks. We were building ships one a day so that we could fight against the Allied forces as they were invading throughout not only Europe, but all over the Pacific theater. Listen to me for a moment, won't you? Think about what was going on in your family. Think about the little boy pulling a red wagon down the street collecting metal, trying to put together ammunition for the war that our men were fighting. All of the sugar, the gasoline, the rubber, all of the by Americans so that our troops had what they needed